Hello everybody, welcome. Hope you can both hear me and see me because I'm having some non-self-inflicted technical difficulties. I can't see or I can't access my own chat. I can see your chat, so that's we're all right. I appear to be live. It says I have an excellent connection, so we'll go with that. Stuart's here. Evening, Stuart. Nice to see you all. Welcome along, everybody. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. here, anyway. It's the culmination of the August live streams, which means the final quiz of August. A grand champion will be chosen. No, a grand champion will choose themselves tonight at some point. We will do in the final quiz of the month at 9:30 in about 30 minutes' time. And then we have another themed Eliminator after that at some point. But first, let's say hello to the few people who managed to get in nice and early. We've seen Stuart. There is Applegal. Good evening, everyone. Good evening yourself. Lisa's in. Nice to see you. Versatile. So many jokes, I couldn't get any of them out. A name I don't recognise, but hello, welcome. You are already here. You are indeed. Rainbow's here. Stevie P 2003 says hello. Stuart says well done, Graham 90k. Whoop whoop. Gloria says show us the Fahaka. I'm afraid I can't because the Fahaka is literally in that tank there and all the lights are off. So Fahaka's asleep. Sorry. Maybe we should do some. This is something I want to talk about. Ask whether we should do some more impromptu live streams. We're always going to do the Friday night one, and the Friday night one's the kind of the least fishy thing I do on this channel. So maybe we should have some more impromptu, like let's have an in-depth look at the Fahaka tank, or let's have an in-depth look at the Mega Tank 1, and we live stream it for like a good half hour, an hour, something like that, talking about everything that's going on in it. Is that of interest to anyone? I don't know. But then I could answer show us the Fahaka with, okay, and then we go and do it. Elite Logos is in. Phil, this is Phil, Irish Phil, for those of you who are on Discord, who's not very well. So we need a bit of good well-wishing to Phil, who's currently in hospital, I believe. I'm not entirely sure why, so I don't know if I was meant to tell everybody that, so if I wasn't, I apologise. And if you don't have headphones or aren't with Bupa, hello to everyone else in Phil's ward. Can't hear anything there. Stuart says, evening from a currently dry Wolverhampton. It's been a bit changeable here in Sheffield. It's currently pissing it down, but it's been both roasting hot and freezing cold all day. And I'm only kidding, Brian. Hello, Brian. I think Brian's in huff for some reason. He thinks everyone's ignoring him, but I'm sure not. I'm sure not. Hi from Sweden, says Hans. Hi, Hans. Nice to see you too. Stuart says it's all good. AV good. Thank you, Mandy. And hello. 90,000 subs, something Timu anger, indeed. Yeah. Yes, so that's a milestone. I guess 10 to go before I give up forever. And then you never have to watch any of this nonsense ever again. I'll have achieved my goal. Yay! God knows when it'll happen. But it's a weird one, that. Well done for getting 90,000 subscribers. I had very little to do with it. It's all you lot that did it. So thank you for continuing to watch the nonsense that I put out on a weekly basis. But yeah, it is a bit of a milestone. I'm not sure how I feel about it because it's, I don't know, it's weird to feel proud about things like that. Because like I say, a lot of it's a lot of tosh that I put out, but I thank you all for hanging around. Lee says, good evening from a cold and rainy Bolton. Good evening, Lee. Freshwater Ichthyology, Rebecca's in back from Cornwall with minor injuries. Oh. X-rays came clear, leg and arm are healing, but I split open my chin, so no YouTube videos for a while. Oh dear. See, now this is where you need to double down on your YouTube videos. How I maintain my aquariums after a massive accident. How these life-changing injuries prevent me from maintaining my fish tanks. Etc., etc. Come see my horrible injuries. Banger. What happened anyway? I missed it. If you've told me and I've forgotten about it, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't notice anything. I hope everyone seems to be falling by the wayside. I make a video about what happens when I die. Phil ends up in hospital. Rebecca gets something happens that needs x-rays and poorly chins. Applegal says, I can see and hear you. Now that you can't see our chat, we can now talk chat about you. No, I can see the chat. I just not how to explain this. So that's my normal screen from the YouTube studio, where it shows me streaming, and then here should be the chat, and I've just got the YouTube monkey going, something's gone wrong, so I can't see the chat at all. But my stream robot chat putter on our screener thing is working, so I can see that. I'll say I fought a bear. I always go for the most unconvincing option, yes. But in reality, I just face planted the floor, ended up in hospital, leaving at 5 a.m. Oh, God. I'm having a bit of a thing myself, so that's what prompted me to make that video. Is I seem to be trying to kill myself, or my wife was trying to kill me. So she pushed me off a ladder a few weeks ago. She claimed she didn't, but she did. And I'm pretty sure I broke my elbow, which is now all but healed up. But still can't lean on it. It's still quite painful. But even if I go to the hospital and they go, "Yep, you broke your elbow. What can I do about it?" I just wait for it to heal itself. There's not anything I can do about it. So I did that. Broke my wrists not that long ago either. Falling over nothing but my feet. Fell off the ladder. Fell off something. Fell off the roof of the conservatory. Falling off a lot of things. Now my memory's going. So yeah, the end is near. So that's what prompted me to make my recent video about when I'm dead, what happens to all my fish tanks and fish. Which I was trying to bring as a little bit of brevity, make it a little bit light-hearted. Not quite as morbid as some people took it. I did like some of the comments though, were like, "Oh, lovely video. Can I have your watch?" Which I thought was quite funny. Susan's in. Hello everyone. Hello Susan. Hi Susan. At least someone will see me and listen to me. Well, I mean, she's under no obligation to listen to you, surely. She might not be able to avoid it, but you know. She said hello anyway. Wanderings with Smith E. Hello. Get well soon, Phil. Get well soon, Phil. Get well soon, Phil. Definitely. More get well soon, Phils. Tommy's in. Nice to see you. Aquarium Delirium. Call him crashing your stream and deliberately trying to get reactions from whose toes you've stepped on. Hey, that's a good idea. I mean, you could do that as well. I mean, I don't think crashing my stream is the route to notoriety or channel expansion for yourself. The 90,000 thing. So 90,000 subscribers. Yay me. Woo! Very happy and all that. Definitely. But I'm amassing subscribers without amassing views. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's happening. I watch some live streams with people who have much, much smaller channels than mine subscriber-wise, but they have a couple of hundred views on their live stream, and I'm going, why? What? Is it? Just can't get it. I get it in some cases. They're actually entertaining people. They are knowledgeable. They are erudite. They can talk well. They can do all the things that people can do and keep your attention and know what they're talking about. But some of them are like complete mongs. Like, just sitting there in silence for like 4 minutes. Well, the chat's asking them questions and stuff, and they're just like, you're like, how have they got 200 people in the live stream? But comparison is the thief of joy, so we won't do that. I can't tell when I'm going to hit the 100,000 subscriber limit. I'm kind of focusing all my efforts on it now because that's the next obvious target. I always say subscribers aren't the goal. It's views that you want to build. Views is what gets you paid. Views is what gets you paid, what grows your channel. It's the main metric. It's the number one thing. So you should really be concentrating on that. But because I'm so close to this milestone, I'm kind of going, oh, how do I get more subscribers? So prepare for all my videos in the next couple of months to be, please subscribe to my channel, please, please, please. And I'll be an insufferable tool for the next couple of months until it happens. And again, even that, I can't predict it. I don't know why it happens. Some months I get 1,000 subscribers. Some months I get 4,000 subscribers. I make the same amount of videos. In my eyes, I make the same quality videos. So it's not like some of them are like epic levels of production or anything like that. I'm like, I can't figure it out. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and hoping it works out, because that's worked so far, and I will continue to do that. Anyway, enough of me moaning. Where did we get to? Yes, that was a morbid video, Graham. Way to bring the room down. I know. Sorry. I mean, it was meant to be quite upbeat, not totally morbid. I watched the video about when you die. Good advice, though. Elite Logos just put a picture on the Discord. Let's have a look. Oh, now I've just completely... What has happened? There we go. This is why. Oh, dear. What is that? Have you had a stroke? What's going on there? I immediately wanted to say something really horrible. But has anyone ever seen, what's that film called? Hey, you guys. No? Is it just me? Sorry, that's inappropriate. Terribly sorry. They didn't send out an ambulance. So I must have missed a chat there. Hello, hello, hello. Token Scotsman here. Token Scotsman here too. Nice. Did Fish Fam link get hacked? I see it mentioned, but didn't watch the video about it. Oh, I don't know. I think Brian the Fish is more likely to murder than your wife. He definitely has plans, does Brian. I'm trying to be nice to you, Brian, though. I have paid money for a tank that may or may not exist. Greg says, 90k, give yourself a pat on the back. One of the best fish keeping channels on you. Don't be daft. Positive people have suspected osteoporosis, but check the x-rays and it seems my bones are fine. That's good, that's good. Your vid did make me giggle. Well, I do try every now and again. Don't forget to leave a regular comment and like this video after we're done watching tonight. All the interactions helping. I'm grateful for them. I'm very thankful, I should say. I'm very thankful for my small community of you lot that keep coming back week after week to play my rubbish quizzes and listen to my nonsense. My nonsense. We could leave it there. YouTube is a mystery. It can be, yeah, but there's so many things that say what you should do and why you should do them, and I do them, and it goes, well, that didn't work, and then I have another idea. Go, I'll just do this, just to get a video out, and it goes. And I'm going, why did that happen? I think it's one of those things that just when you think you're starting to figure it out, it flips the tables on you, and you have no idea. Which is kind of the thing that's made me get into it. I've always said that fish keeping is my hobby. And another hobby is making videos about fish keeping, because YouTube is, I love it. I think it's the way it is incomprehensible, the way you think you can figure out little things that will make something work, and then no, but there's always something to keep you coming back for more. So YouTubing in and of itself is a bit of a hobby. So it's fine. I don't think I'm ever going to master it. I'm never going to be the Mr. Beast of the fish world. I think I've come to terms with that. But I do enjoy messing around with it. I'm just waiting for me to start getting better at it, you know. The live streams I don't get are just some people who are greeting people who enter. Yeah, there's a load of them that's just like, hello, hello. All right, Dave. Yeah. Why is that good? I don't know. I don't know. Some months I get 4 subscribers. Yes, well, hey, I remember those times as well, Tommy. One of the... I will probably make a video that no one will watch about passing 100,000 subscribers if I am lucky enough for it to happen. But one of the things I remember was hitting 300 subscribers. That was my first big milestone where I was a bit like, wait a minute, 300? I don't know 300 people. What's going on here? That was like my biggest revelation as to, oh, what's going on? Why? How? Who? Why are people watching my videos? Because at that time I wasn't actually making videos for anyone. It was just me saying, this is the discus fish today. I'm going to check its colour and shape in 6 months' time and then come back to it. And I was like, who are all these other people? Put fish on with music and sound of your filters, etc. I've thought, yeah, I've done a few of those as a test. One did pretty well, but I think that's because YouTube were pushing vertical live streams at the time. The rest have all been a bit pants. But I think a lot of impromptu things, because one of the things I struggle with, and I was talking to somebody about this the other day, is making content. No. Making other content other than YouTube, because if you're going to do it properly, you'll notice that the people who are big on YouTube also have big Instagram followings, big Facebook followings, they're posting constantly, they're making, and you'll see this yourself, if you use any of the social medias, you'll see the same names coming up and up again and again, and you're not necessarily interacting with them or a fan or whatever it is, but they're there or thereabouts, and when they stop, when they go away, you don't really notice. And that is, what am I trying to say here? That is one of the truths of, if you're not consistent, and consistency can be posting daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. If you're not consistent, nobody really cares. So they're not going to go, oh, what happened to Graham? Oh, what happened to that guy with those big fish tanks? It'll just be gone and that'll be it forever. So all these other people who are much more successful than I all have all the social media avenues. And I'm in some Discord groups and things like that where people talk about their strategies and what they're doing. And I'm going to post on Instagram at 9 o'clock on Monday, and then Facebook will be 2 o'clock on Tuesday because that's when I've got the best. And I'm thinking, as someone on the other side of this, who I follow them and I see them, they like fly past my phone screen as I'm scrolling. I don't see any, but that counts to them as an interaction. So it's all the interactions, they all build together and makes one big algorithm of making everything more and more popular. And there's me who does YouTube and nothing else. I get 3 Instagram posts a year I think I managed to do. I never post on Facebook hardly. I've just not got time for it. So it's hard. I forget why I'm moaning. I've already started moaning. No moaning. It's going to be a positive stream. We are going to spend the next 10 minutes getting all excited about the quiz. Shall I show you the quiz rankings as they stand at the moment? I have spent a lot of time today going back over all the scores to make sure they're all correct. Just to make sure they're all correct, because I know there was a little bit of shenanigans. So I've added together everybody's points. I've made sure everybody that's a member's got their member points. And that is the current standings for this evening. So, Juggler obviously is in the lead, but he hasn't shown up yet. So maybe we should start the quiz early. Give everybody a bonus. Stevie P in second place, Fat Kids Win at Seesaw in third place, Era 404 in fourth place, and Mountainous Plateau, who is Tommy, in fifth place. Adam, I think, in sixth place, Rebecca in seventh, Senny eighth. Stevie P isn't ninth. Again, his scores were screwed up, and the way it adds it up is here that these numbers have already been added to these numbers. So SGH is in ninth. And someone else is in 10th. So there are the scores. That's what we're playing for. Remember, this is the big one where you will get a big prize. A signed photo. No, I wouldn't be so horrible. How do the live streams do after? I think I've only watched a couple to catch up. In terms of video, terribly. I think I get 400 views, something like that. I could have a look, but I'm fine with that. It's not about live streams are for live. I don't expect anyone. I don't. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I watch all your videos." Oh, you see the last one? They go, "Oh, no, sorry." I'd never expect anybody to either have to attend. If you're going to be a fan of Aquarium Adventures, live streams are totally optional. I get it. It's not what you signed up for. It's not all fish content. It's not even entertaining sometimes. It's fine. And I definitely don't expect you to catch up on the replay. If you do, and you enjoy them, and you like listening along, because we do have a laugh sometimes, I think, that is great. But it's kind of a bonus. I've forgotten how to type now. Let me see, what did the last ones do? Oh, I'm an Aquarium Adventure clip. Oh, I wonder if that's why it's not working. I'm signed into the wrong channel. I made a video about my app, but I put it onto my second channel. I knew none of you would care about that one. So I've signed into the wrong accounts. Maybe that's why I wasn't able to see my chat properly. Content. Live. Yeah, so lives get about 400 views as a replay. The vertical lives I've done in the past, so I did one a couple of weeks ago about unboxing some live plants and stuff. That got like 1,1300 views. Me, another one doing fishy things, hang out in the fish room. That was a couple of thousand views. So those ones, the vertical lives do get a lot more. These ones, the more traditional live streams, no, not so much, which is fine. That's not what it's about. This is just about us hanging out and having fun. Live. Let me see if I log in here. Will that show me the chat? It will show me the chat. Hurrah! So now I can interact as well. The video is a good idea. I have an Excel document for if I die. It was recommended in the podcast. Yeah, I do as well. I'm dead now. Read this. I really wanted to start the video with, if you're seeing this video, then I'm dead. But my wife completely vetoed that. I thought, because one of the biggest things you can do in any video is create a hook at the start of the video. And if I opened a video with, I'm dead, people are going to watch that, the rest of that video, surely. Gloria says, shows the Vahaka again. No. No. Goonies, that was the video. Sloth Love Junk. I love that film. Right, I'm miles behind, aren't I? Sorry, everyone. Sorry, everyone. Graham asked his wife on camera if she was planning to kill him. She was smiling as she said she has no intention. I know she didn't say no. It's like, I have no current plans to end your life. There's definitely something going on there. And I'm not saying she is plotting to kill me, but if I do die soon, I would like you to alert the authorities to at least look into her. That's all I'm asking, because there's something going on there. I am worth a lot of money dead. I don't know how I found myself in this situation, but yeah, I'm worth a hell of a lot more money dead than I am alive. I do like Google AI, either for the humour of their thumbnails or sometimes they're good for ideas. Yeah, they can be. I will have an app that will help you with that coming out soon. I was having a fight with AI today. I'll tell you more about it when we get to the Eliminator. Susan says, thanks for saying hello to me. No worries, Susan. Always nice to have you here. Rainbow says, tattoos and fish is my hobby. I did have lots of fish, but they died, and I only got 2 now. Oh dear. There are less live streams now. It used to be almost like, yeah, I mean, there still is the live stream calendar-y thing. But, I mean, there's still lots of live streams. If you go and look for them, you can find them. It's just mine is always here. I mean, I've been doing this for years now. I think that's the secret to my success. Of success that there is I've been doing it a long time and I will continue to do it. I think that's the only reason I've lasted as long as I have and done as well as I have, is I keep doing it. So many people give up because of that. And I get it. Sometimes you put a lot of effort into a video that goes 10 of 10. Sometimes you get like, oh shit, I better get something out today. Oh, it's good enough. 1 of 10. You're like, what? I remember my Mega Tank 2 video, I tried to make that as few videos as possible so they could be action-packed and you could actually see some progress and you get to the end of it. Spent a load of time editing them, getting them right. Mediocre. I spent £50 on Temu. You're like, that's not the video I want to do well for. But you just have to have some for growth and some for you. That's the only way you can think about it. I like your videos because you have a good variety. Some just show them setting up planted tanks in every video. The same thing. You're a bit different and more interesting. I mean, if I was a talented aquascaper, I would probably do the same thing. I'm just not that talented in any specific area, so most of the videos are me trying a new thing. I've said it for years. I'm going to do a thing. So let's point the camera at the thing that I'm going to try and do, and then we'll talk about the thing as I do it, and then I'll do a bit of a roundup at the end. That's generally my formula. But yeah, I get what you mean, because aquascaping channels are like, how many times can you... But they do well. Right. I'm going to put the quiz link down because we're getting near to that time. Give everybody a chance to get there. Oh, have I lost it? What have I done? Ah, there we go. What number are we on? 228, 228, 228, 228. Everybody ready for all the geography? There we go. For those of you who like to scan the scanny things, there's the scanny thing. Oh, where's my face gone? We can't have my missing face. There we go. Oh, right on the scanny thing. Whoops. I'll move me over there. I do YouTube for views, not subscribers. Yeah, subscribers don't count for anything. The only thing they count for is if you get enough of them, you get a plaque. I want a plaque. I'm so close to getting a plaque, I want a plaque. I'm unashamedly jealous of people with plaques. I just want a plaque now. Much rather have loads of views and no plaque, but you know, I've always got a plaque, so I want a plaque. I'm really on Facebook and don't use Instagram or TikTok. I doubt I'm the regular demographic for those apps. A 44-year-old weirdo. Hey, also 40s. And it's not about appealing to everybody. So the same person that watches you on TikTok isn't going to be the person who watches you on Instagram, isn't going to be the person that watches you on Facebook or YouTube. But you have to be across them all to grow your cachet in any one of them. More makeup required, like that lovely chap from MD Fishnet. He is pretty, isn't he? I mean, one thing I've not got going for me. I'm never going to sell any calendars with my smouldering good looks, am I? Professional beard trims and eyeliner. And he does look good though, doesn't he? I mean, it helps. That's why lots of channels have very pretty people at the helm. It's the human nature. Did you remember to hit like and subscribe? That's what I should do more of. Brian says, I only come here to get picked on. Oh, give it a rest, Brian. Nobody's picking on you. Positive mental attitude, that's what we need. Live streams are great for advice and asking questions. Yes, I do like that. The more, I mean, I say it at the end of most of my videos, if you have questions and you want to discuss this more, come along to my live stream. I think in all, however many 100 live streams we've done now, I've maybe had 6 questions. It's a nice idea, but it just doesn't happen. Join as a member of the channel. Oh, you remember, if you remember, you get extra points in the quiz. It's not pay to win, but I do have to give you some benefit for being a member. Early I know, but are you planning any more pain this Christmas or the calendar? I don't know if I can do the pain that I did again, but I do like to do some charity over Christmas, so I do want to do something. I guess I'll have to think about that soon. I don't know, but yes, I hope to do another fundraising thing. So for the last few years, we've done stuff over Christmas to raise some money for charities. We've had different charities. We've raised a few £100 each year, so it's not earth-shattering. It's not Mr. Beast and his £15 million. Maybe I should do a Mr. Beast style live stream. I'm not ending this live stream until I get $15 million. Maybe I should go for £15. More achievable. I don't know how I felt about that. It's like phoning people up and bullying them and making them feel small, and you not got enough money to donate to my charity. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's a general cap on live stream viewership in the fish community unless you have hundreds of thousands of subscribers or more. I get similar viewers on my lives and I only have 5k subs. You wipe the floor with me, Stephen, in most of your live streams. I mean, there's an element of timing to it. So there are more people in America. So streaming at a more American-friendly time, I might get more viewers. But yeah, the koi side of things, I think, seems to do better as well. They do quite well. I don't know. I've said this for years. Been planning a shake-up of how we do this, so as it's, and I just can't quite figure it out. So I wanted to do a shake-up of it, so as it's more of a, not a party as such, more of a show. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what word I'm looking for. Where it's not just me. So we have a few people. We have different hosts, co-hosts. We're all co-hosts. I want it on my channel because I want it to grow my channel. That's immediately unfair to everyone else because it's not on their channel. So there's like some fundamental problems with having co-hosts and stuff like that, and it's a bit amateurish when it's just me on my camera and then someone else in their bedroom on their camera and someone else over here on their camera. Ideally, I would like to go somewhere and we do it properly where we can sit down round a desk or at a table and have discussions face to face, because you miss so much of it when it's like, what? Were you going to say something? Okay, no, you go. And it's just like, it's not great. Technology is brilliant and all, but I think it adds so much more to it if you're in the same room as the people you're talking to. I don't know. Right, we are 5 minutes late now. Right, okay, I'm sorry if I'm skipping over loads of things. Let me just have a quick scan through. Well, the chat has just disappeared completely now. I'm going to assume nobody said anything interesting. What? Ah, there we go. Oh, it's back. Sorry, right. We're going to do the quiz. We've got 11 players in. We've got no juggler. Is he going to make a last minute appearance and try and steal some? No, I don't think so. Right, if you want to play, now's your time. Not all geography related, don't worry. Or is it? Here we go. This is for all the beans. Question number 1. Prior to digital streaming, what video format did Netflix originally send to customers in the mail? Why don't you do a podcast kind of format and invite... Yeah, that's kind of thing I was thinking of, but I think I would have to make the effort to go and be with people if I wanted it to be on my channel. A lot of effort. Did I tell you about my limited time? Yeah, that's the ideal, but I don't know if we'll get there. What was the format? It was DVD, of course it was. They started mailing them out to people. So plants, DVP, fat kids, Zen, mountain. Oh, just top 4 getting 5,000 points. Mountain plateau was a little bit slow. Question number 2. Find the country. Straight in with the geography. What country is home to the world's longest railway, produces the most vodka, and spans 11 time zones? Rebecca's in there first in 6.7 seconds. Oh, Rainbow's quiz is frozen. That happens. Hit refresh, you should get back in. We'll maybe move away from GeoGuessr next month. It was, of course, Russia. It's pretty big. And did everyone get that one? Where's Zenny? You can't have not known that one. Is Zenny playing? I'm sure I saw her name. Oh no, she's got 10,000 points. I just can't see it for some reason. You must have just not been the fastest, that's all. You're 11th. Ah, right, I get it. Right, question number 3. What was the name of Microsoft's failed iPod device competitor launched in 2006? Was it the Microsoft Micro, Flip, Rio, or Zune? It was the Zune. It was actually a really good device. Apple definitely won that based on design and advertising more than anything else. I had a Zune and I had an iRiver. Or a River Eye, which was like light years ahead of. So when the iPods were coming out with 2 gigabytes of storage, the iRiver had like 60 gigabytes and could play videos and all kinds of stuff. There was so many better devices, but Apple were just ahead of the curve with all the designy features. But yes, it was the Zune. Question number 4. Which of the following is not a version of Microsoft Windows operating systems? Is it Windows ME? Is it Windows 6, Windows NT, or Windows 98? Which of these isn't a version of Windows? It was Windows 6. Windows ME was Windows Millennium Edition. I don't know what Windows NT stood for. And Windows 98 was Windows 98. What does Windows NT stand for? New technology. There you go. All right, so question number 5. Which of the following coming-of-age films featured the memorable quote, "This one time at band camp"? Was it Bring It On, Clueless, 10 Things I Hate About You, or American Pie? American Pie. American Pie. American Pie. God. Rebecca, surely not. You have to have seen some of them. You got it right, though. It was American Pie. So, after 5 questions, Stevie P is annoyed, is in top spot, 24,839 points. Closely followed, very closely followed. Just over 100 points behind is Zenny McGinger. And even closer behind that is Tommy Mountain Plateau. Plants, Error 404, Krogafet. Some points to make up. Clueless is Taming of the Shrew and 10 Things I Hate. Yeah. I thought Clueless was Emma or one of the Jane Austen ones. And 10 Things I Hate About You's Taming of the Shrew. Remade, obviously. Right. Question number 6. What British band is named after a character from a Charles Dickens novel? Is it Duran Duran, Jethro Tull, Uriah Heep, or Pink Floyd? Mary, I'm not even going to try and keep up with you tonight. Mary likes to answer the question before. But it always confuses the hell out of me, so I'm going to give up even trying to keep up. What British band is named after a character from a Charles Dickens novel? It is Uriah Heep. I cannot remember the name of the Charles Dickens novel that Uriah Heep is in. I had it written down because I thought that would be useful information, but I don't know what I've done with that bit of paper. So we'll move swiftly on to question number 7. The world's tallest bridge and largest span bridge is about to open in China. How tall is it in feet? So you've got a slider there from 0 to 4,000. How tall is this new tallest bridge that they've basically chopped down a mountain to make? It's quite the feat of engineering. I don't know if it's the most environmentally or ecologically sound piece of infrastructure, but it's a bit of infrastructure. Wow, Error 404 gets that bang on. How is that possible? It was 2080. So, Error was bang on. Fat Kids was nigh on bang on. CVP's nigh on bang on. I think I made that too easy by making that halfway. I must remember that for next time. But well done. Yeah, it's a huge feat of engineering. This is actually a picture of, it's currently going through like a week-long test where they have various lorries loaded up with various weights that have to sit on it at various pressure points for an amount of time with drivers in there to see if it collapses. And you're like, how do you get drivers for that job? Yeah, you got a lorry? Yeah. Do you want to earn some money? Yeah. Where do I have to go? You don't have to go anywhere. You just have to sit still in your lorry for like a week. Perfect. A bridge might collapse 2,000 feet above the ground. Huh? Question number 8. England beat the USA in the opening match of the Rugby Women's World Cup. What is the US team known as? Are they the Eagles, the Bulls, the Freedom Bells, or the... Where are the pads? Oh shit! That looks terrifying. It does. It does look terrifying. I'm not a big fan of heights. They are the Eagles. Not the Freedom Bells, which was the most popular answer. Rebecca got that one. SGH got that one. Error 404. Krogafit. No chance. All getting some points there. Question number 9. Pinpoint the location. Some more geography for you. The F1 season picks up again this weekend at the Zandvoort circuit. But where is that? Where is the Zandvoort circuit? If it helps, that picture isn't a misdirection. Get Zenny in there straight away. Get your guesses in, folks. The Zandvoort circuit is in the Netherlands. So someone's in Germany. Stevie P is annoyed. He will be, because you're not right. You can still get some points for that, I imagine. But it's right here. Is anybody right on it? Yeah. So good guesses though. I think Mountain Plateau wins the points on that one. Now you know. Question number 10. What is the name for the part of the back or backbone between the shoulder blades and the loins which an animal cannot reach to scratch? If nothing else, you learn things here. Is it the Fordenhelm, the Cridenward, the Nordenkull, or the Acnestus? What is the name, that bit of your back that you can't scratch? It's the Acnestus. It's D. It's D. Who knew that had a word, eh? Right, at the halfway point, Stevie P has a commanding lead. 5,000 points over Zenny McGinger. The Mountainous Plateau is in 3rd, Error 404 in 4th, and Plants in 5th. But can go anyway. We're only halfway through. Question number 11. Oh, another pinpoint the location one. Everybody's favourite. Where is Mount Vesuvius, the volcano that engulfed Pompeii nearly 2,000 years ago? Giving you some clues there. You should be able to find it from that. Where is Mount Vesuvius? Wow. We've got a bit of a spread. Oh, hang on. Someone's in Africa. Rainbow. No. Who's that? Tommy's in the... Where are you? Is that Crete? No, some kind of Greek island. Denny's in Greece. SGH. I mean, they're getting closer. These ones getting closer. EVP. Who's that? Fat Kids is on this wee island here. Is that Capri? No, that's Capri down there, isn't it? But no, it's there. It's that big volcano-shaped thing. Pompeii is here-ish. So Error 404, you're right next to Pompeii. I mean, these ones are technically, you're right. You're in the right country. But a bit further away. So I think the winner is Fat Kids. No, sorry. It is Error 404. I just need to look here and I would know that. Well done. Question 12. Another Find the Country one. In what country would you find the Serengeti National Park? Where is the Serengeti? Give you a clue. If you go close to where Rainbow was before. My Fish Tank Aquatic says, hello, fishy folks. Hello. Where is the Serengeti National Park? So you only need to get the country for this one. You don't need to be the closest. It's Tanzania. Fat Kids, no chance. Error 404, Stevie P, Mountain Plateau, all getting that one. Well done. That was a tricky one. I would have went with Kenya myself, and I bet a few of you did as well. I would have lost points. But it's technically like hereish. Or am I wrong? The hereish? I can't remember. I looked earlier. Mandy's saying, why couldn't that be a pinpoint? Because I thought I'd catch a few of you out with it being Tanzania. Question 13. What electronics company introduced the world to the Walkman, the first portable cassette player? Was it Sharp, Panasonic, Sony, or Nintendo? You have to shorten the time on the ones where time isn't a factor. I think some may be Googling. Check the time. Yeah, there. It could be, yeah. I mean, I try and keep them to 30 seconds and make it 40 seconds if you have to do stuff to give you a little bit of extra time. But it's one of those things. I try and get enough of a mix of questions where you can't Google the answer. So as if you're going to be a cheat, you'll get found out anyway. So don't cheat, people. That's an honour system that we're operating here. But anyway, what electronics company was it? It was Sony, of course, the Sony Walkman. An icon of technology. My mum had one. I had one. I'm that old that I had a Walkman. I don't know if I had a Sony one, though, to be fair. Oh, no, I did, yes. Question number 14. The 1970s song Bright Eyes was about what type of animal? Was it rabbit, cat, dog, or horse? I was unable to find a picture of a rabbit, cat, dog, and horse. So you've just got a rabbit, cat, dog. Bright eyes. It was a wabbit. Oh, I thought more of you would have got that one. Yes, it was a rabbit. Well done, Barrington. Krogafet, straight in there with 5,000 points. SGH too. Question 15. Yes, Craig, childhood trauma. The zodiac sign Capricorn covers which 2 months? Is it January, February, December, January, November and December, or February, May? Yes, Bright Eyes was one Watership Down, a childhood trauma. We've discussed that many times on this channel, so I thought most people would have got that one. Yes, Lisa, nightmare movie. You watch this? It's a kid's film. December and January are the 2 months the zodiac sign Capricorn covers. So, with 5 questions to go, the standings are Stevie P maintains his lead over Tommy. Error 404 is just a little bit behind. And then a bit of a jump to Fat Kids and Zenny making up your top 5 still. Enough time to get them back in these last 5 questions. Question number 16. In 10-pin bowling, how many pins are on the back row? Another slidey one. So time and accuracy is a factor on this one. If you don't mind me saying, this is quite a confusing picture. The answer is 4. But when you look at that picture, you think, surely not. It must be more than 4. But yep, it is 4. 4 pins on the back row. Just to show you. We use that one, for instance. That's the view. 1, 2, 3, 4. It kind of makes sense when you think 10-pin bowling. It has to be. But there, you're like, what? That can't be true. Anyway, question 17. I didn't fool as many of you as I thought I was going to fool. From which fruit is the drink Kirsch made? Is Kirsch from peach, plum, nectarine, or cherry? Mary's gone with 7. There are not 7 pins on the back row of a 10-pin bowling ball. 10-pin bowling ball. 10-pin bowling frame? Rack? Kirsch is made from cherry. It's a cherry-flavoured liqueur drink. Barrington with the 5,000 points again with SGH. There might be some changes at the top. Let's have a quick look at the total standing. Stevie P is still in the lead, but the lead has been whittled down. He's only, just 3,000-ish over error 404. Barrington making climbs. All these 5,000 point answers. Question 18. Find the country. Denny's favourite. In which country is Addis Ababa? This question has been included purely because I like saying Addis Ababa. That is Addis Ababa that you can see a picture of. It's fun to say Addis Ababa. You see, if this was a proper podcast, you wouldn't have me going off on tangents going Addis Ababa. No reason. Addis Ababa is in Ethiopia. Fat Kids, No Chance, Error 404, Crogafet, SGH, Plants, Mountain Plateau, all getting points there. Stevie P missing out. Has there been a change at the top? There has been a change at the top. Error 404 takes it over Stevie P. Oh, it's exciting. Right, we have to have a bit of an interlude because I want to talk about something else. One of my beer 52 beers. Does that remind anybody of anything? Did anyone have the body book when they were at school that taught you about sex and reproduction and why people poo and pee and things like that? Looks like the same characters. Anyway, moving on. Question 19. Penultimate question. Where is the Sea of Tranquility? The Moon, the Australian outback, Mars, or the Gulf of Mexico? Just spilt my body book beer all over the place. Where is the Sea of Tranquility? Of course, it was in the Moon. And final question. Good luck, everybody. How many years of marriage is celebrated with pearl gifts? Is it 10, 20, 30, or 40 years? Pearl is for 30 years of marriage. Oh, hang on. No, sorry, wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. Finish game. Mountainous Plateau has taken it. Error 404 in second. Fat Kids win at Seesaw. DVP had a horrific fall off there. Did you glitch out again? I bet he's glitched out again. And it's glitched out on me. Oh, boo. That's annoying. But congratulations nonetheless. Tommy. He's taken a win. Right. We have to do a quick... what do we have to do? To take a quick picture. Save that. And then we're using my new tool. Bear with me, everyone. I know this is the least interesting thing you've ever seen. We extract some of those. Did I press extract? I'm sure I press. There we go. We did. We don't need rank. Do we need that? That'll give me some names and numbers. Put that into week 5. Right, so make sure we get this right. Zenny McGinger was on 53, but needs 3,000 points. That goes to 56. DVP gets 3,000 points, so that goes to 67. Adam gets 3,000 points. That goes to 63. Any other members? Any other members? Stevie P was robbed. Any other members in there that I haven't seen yet? No, I think that's us. Drum roll, please. Your winner in August is Error 404. Takes it again. Is that like 2 months in a row, 3 months in a row? Error 404. Reveal yourself. If you must be owed prizes by now. I'm sure you've got like a 10% stake in my channel by this point. But if you want to win a prize, you need to tell me who you are and where you live so I can send said prize to you. Error 404 takes it by 311,199 points over Tommy's 303,481 points. Juggler, Stevie P. Plants win at 5th. Fat Kids, Zenny, SGH, Ickfate, and No Chance springing up the rear in 10th spot. Well done, everybody. Tommy says, the wife and I are halfway there. Made me glad to call my subs this morning. Yay! I'm in twice. I had to restart as well. Oh, Simon. Hang on. Anyone else in twice? You're right. Right, okay. Equals that plus that. 83372. 83372. Anyone else in twice that I've missed? That changed anything? Give you a few more points. We're all winners, says Craig Dickey. Of course we are. That's the thing. That's what we want to have. But someone is an actual winner. And if they want surprises, they need to reveal themselves. Why don't I have any points for week 5? Why don't you have any points for week 5? Your points for week 5 are down here for some reason. Oh, what's going on here? There you go. You've moved up even more. Fat Kids win at Seesaw is our new winner. Oh. Yeah. So I don't know why your week 5 points, you must have spelled your name slightly wrong or something happened. So I've added them in together and that made Fat Kids win at Seesaw as your new winner. Has anyone else had the same thing happen to them? Stevie P's are out. I've already added on Stevie P's. Yeah, sorry. It's all getting too complicated for the spreadsheet. It can't handle it. So error 404. No need to reveal yourself. You didn't actually win. Fat Kids win at Seesaw. Takes the victory in August. Well done. That deserves one more round of applause. Well done, Simon. Well pointed out. Don't worry, Error 404. When he says he'll send you prizes, he means he'll think about it for a long time. That is true. I mean, I will eventually send you prizes, but it'll take a while. Another fun one, despite the glitches. I know. If I could find a glitch-free piece of software, I would be using it. Did the hoodie you ordered turn up today? I don't know. Well, I'm assuming he sent it to the person who ordered it, so I hope so. They haven't complained or anything, so let's go with yes. For those of you who don't know, Elite Logos, that's Phil, that's Irish Phil. He does the proper embroidered logoed merch. Well done, Simon. Yes, indeed. Well done. Well done, everybody. Right, we've got a few minutes before we'll kick off with the Eliminator. And I don't know if this is going to drive people away or draw them in, but this is either your favourite or your least favourite part of the show, where we do 10 questions. For the last few weeks, they've all been themed. This week's theme, anagrams. With a twist, with a twist. Anagrams that are clues of the... So it's not just random anagrams, they've got clues as well. But anagrams, some might say. No. So we'll do that in a few minutes. Any other bits of chat that anybody wants to ask about? Now is the time. Anyone have it? I mean, quite a few people should have the embroidered t-shirts and hoodies and things. We've had quite a few orders. That was one of the things I was thinking about doing for my 100,000 subscriber stream. Making it a bit of a giveaway bonanza. So, like, just little things like these. Really good for cleaning tanks and stuff like that. It's basically a face flannel, but it's got Aquarium Adventures in it. If I could get some of these with the logos on them, pens, just little mugs, small thing, whatever it is. I was hoping to do like a big giveaway for my 100,000 subscriber special bash, so we could do lots of giveaways and just send them all over the place. So if, I'll talk to you about it offline, Phil, once you're better. I wanted to get a few different things so as I could just do lots of giveaways for the big one, because, you know, it's definitely worth celebrating. Brian the Fish is looking cute. He's on the lookout for Graham's murders. Maybe we should toss him a few blueberries. I don't have any. I did give him some strawberries earlier today, so he is, or he should be, satiated. I might give him... I've not tried them with these before until this week, but I got some more Massive Ore Delight and that I've not had for a week, which, if you saw my recent video, that's my most favourite metric in fish keeping, is that they have the same nutritional value as 1.8 goldfish. I love that. But yeah, how many goldfish is your fish food pellets? So he's just eaten 5.4 goldfish. I used that very towel earlier. Yes, so you can use it for all sorts. I use this for cleaning my glasses. I have another one for cleaning tanks up. I think Rebecca uses it as a cat mat. There's big ones as well. When did you start selling the DILF mugs? I think there's all kinds of things. If there's any merch you want, if you've seen any of my designs and it's not available in the format you want it, just let me know and I'll make a version of it. Craig's terrible at granarams. Right, let me show you. Let me show you. I mean, Brian is the known murderer. We almost have conclusive proof that he does kill fish. So why wouldn't he move on to killing people? Let me find the thing. Presentation view. Those of you who want to do some eliminating. So the anagrams have clues, so it's not quite as hard. So it's either going to be the hardest one we've ever done or the easiest one we've ever done. And I can never tell. I say this every week. Can't tell if it's too easy, can't tell if it's too hard. if you want to play, just for fun, you get an immediate prize if you get all 10 questions. If you're a hero member, you get 1 extra life. So you only need 9 if you're a hero member. I think only Adam and Zenny that are playing tonight are hero members. And oh, I don't know, is Steven here? No, Steven's a normal member. I'm just a normal member. I should make you an honorary member because you gave away some memberships as well, didn't you? We're going to make Steven an honorary hero member. So those 3 get an extra life, but everyone else, you just have to get 10 in a row. They start off easy. They get progressively harder. It's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun. The way I have structured it is, for the first few, I've given you the anagram, and then in brackets, a clue as to what the actual answer is. And then as it gets onto the harder ones, the anagram is the clue. That make sense? If it doesn't make sense, I hope it will once you start playing. That's all I can say. Right, we've got 11 people in already, straight away for the Eliminator. If we get through this and we don't have any further questions from the floor, we'll move into the after party. Or as long as my bladder can hold up, basically. That's the way it works. I've got no dickhead comments of the week this week. Everyone's been absolutely lovely. Thank you very much, everyone. I have very little going on in the fish room. That's what I'm kind of in a holding pattern, making sure my next big project is this tank going away, being replaced by the big 7-foot tank, which I hope I've not been scammed about and that will turn up in the next few weeks. So I don't want to start any new projects until I get this one out the way, because it's going to be quite the upheaval moving things around. Kill Brian. Right, we're at 12 people. I think that's as many as we're going to get, isn't it? Let's start the countdown, shall we? So remember, it's anagrams. It's words spelt one way that can spell another word. So you're getting 45 seconds for most of them. Some of them will get a minute, because some of them are a little bit tricky. So your word is care, C-A-R-E. Your clue is a speedy event. So rearrange the letters of care into another word that fits the clue, a speedy event. A video about death and no dickhead comment. I know, imagine. Then he's like, what? Rearrange the letters of care into another word that makes a speedy event. I didn't understand the assignment. Oh dear. So, the word was care. Your clue was a speedy event. Most of you got it right. Race. R-A-C-E. Somebody put rare. That's not using the right letters. Got it. I was trying to figure out what care stood for. No, we're rearranging the letters of the word shown to give a new word. So, 92% of you got that right. Denny, if you missed that out, you've got a free life. Don't worry. Because the correct answer was race, yes. So all these people are still in. Well done, Zenny, you're still in. Krogafet, Barrington, SGH, Plants, Stevie P, Fat Kids, Air 404, Morley, Texas Tom, No Chance, and Zenny, all still in. 2 were eliminated. Teresa and I want more stickers, either timed out or can't spell. This is harsh on dyslexics, so apologies, but we'll only do this once. Question number 2. Are we ready? Listen is your word. Your clue is, but do it quietly. Listen, but do it quietly. So you're trying to rearrange the letters Listen to make another word. And the words can be adjectives, verbs, places, people, thoughts, countries, whatever it is. It could be anything that makes sense. As we go on, that'll make more sense. Listen. What can you rearrange listen to that makes sense, but do it quietly? Listen, but do it quietly. Your answers are silent. Many of you are going for silent. Nestle went with one. That's not all the words. You need to use all the letters in the word. Silent is indeed the correct answer. Barrington, SGH, Stevie P, Fat Kids, Error 404, Mona Lee, Texas Tom, No Chance, and Zenny all still in. We have lost. Who have we lost? We've lost Adam, plants at aa.co.uk. We've lost Krogafet, Teresa, and I want more stickers. Moving on to question number 3. Real fun. Your clue is they usually aren't. Real fun. They usually aren't. So something that isn't usually real fun. Stupid game anyway, says Craig. That's the kind of energy we're looking for. You'll fit in well here. Go and flip over a table. Real fun, but they usually aren't. If you're out, you can still play along, still get points for having a go. Real fun, a few people went for funeral. They're not fun. I am bad at this by one person. Learner. Leaf run. Funeral it was. Going to be about your clues now. Well, we haven't even got to the hard ones yet. These are meant to be the easy ones. So I may have misjudged this. Sorry, everyone. Barrington, SGH, Fat Kids, Era 404, and Zenny still in. Question number 4. Remember, Stevie P, Zenny, and Adam keep playing because you're all hero members. You get an extra life. Question 4. Heart. Planetary soil. Heart. Heart. And planetary soil is the clue. What are you on about? Funerals are a great crack. Some can be. That's very true. Yes. Some are really morbid affairs. Some are a proper shindig. But heart, planetary soil. What could that mean? And 10 people going for Earth, which fits tart. I like that. Earth it is. Planet and soil. Earth. So we've still got the same 5 in. Barrington, SGH, Fat Kids, Error, and Zenny. We move into question number 5. This is where they start to get a little harder. So I think this is where you stop getting clues, but the anagram itself is a clue of the answer. I mean, to me, this is genius. This took a long time for me to work this out. Hopefully this makes sense. Oh no, it's the next one they do that. Right, okay. So Iceman, and your clue is at the big screen. Iceman at the big screen. Yes, Mary's getting them. Iceman at the big screen. So what can you rearrange the letters of Iceman to make? Or you have to use all the words, all the letters in the word. 5 have gone for cinema. One person went for my brain doesn't work this way. I have no clue. And anemic. Well, anemic uses all that, does it? A-N-E-N. Yeah, anemic is an anagram of Iceman, but not the one I was looking for. At the big screen, cinema. It's cinema. 5 people got that right. Barrington and Fat Kids are the only ones who have got them all right so far. Right, this is where they start to get maybe harder, maybe easier, depending how your brain works. Question 6. They see. Now, this is your clue. They see is your clue. So, what sees? What do you see out of? It's very much from the Mr. Chips version of the world. Say what you see. See what you say. They see. Now, as it's anagrams, I'm going to need the exact correct answer. 4 people went with the eyes. 2 people went with eyes. There's more letters there than eyes. It is the eyes. They see. The eyes. They see. Clever, eh? So I'll just pat myself on the back for that one. Is anyone still in? Barrington is still in. Well done, Barrington. We move on to question number 7. Moon starer. Moon starer. What's an anagram of moon starer? Now, don't be using Google to cheat people. Use your big brains all on your own. But what is a moon starer? Another word. If you were someone that stared at the moon professionally, what might your job be, for instance? Moon starer. Astronomer. Well done, 4 people. Oh no, we've lost Barrington. We will keep it going though, because you never know, someone else might still be on for a win. Question 8, Old West action. Old West action. Remember, these are the clues as well as the anagrams. Old West action. Give you a clue. Think people or person. People or person. Old West action. What person do you know that is in action films about the Old West? Taxoglinius isn't correct. You'll be unsurprised to hear. Now, somebody's misspelt it, but I think it's a proper typo rather than a... So I'm going to give them it. Clint Eastwood. Not Taxoglinius. Old West action was Clint Eastwood. So somebody spelt it Clint Eastwood. Odd. I gave you that one because I think that's close enough. Question 9. Cash lost in me. Where would you lose cash? Maybe you're gambling. What do you do in gambling places like casinos? What kind of ways are there for you to lose your money? Well done, Mary. Clint Eastwood, indeed. I'm kind of convinced that Mary's got the fastest internet connection ever, and she's pretending to be slow. She's waiting for me to tell her the answer and then repeating it at me. Oh, somebody's in. Oh, so close. Back of couch. Casino slots. Where's the M from me? Where's the E from me? Slot machine, back of couch. I don't know, but if you find my keys, I'll drive us out. It was slot machines. Oh, hang on. That's because it's... It says answers are not case sensitive, but it's not giving you... Oh, slot machines, not slot machine. You missed out an S. I'll give you it. I'll give you it. I'm being nice. 2 S's, but, you know, slot machines was the answer. And then the last question. Here come dots. That's your clue. I'm not giving you any extra clues. Here come dots. Slot machine, says Mary. Nope. Slot machines. 2 S's. But I gave it to everyone else. I have to give it to you. Here come dots. And never again, says someone. Dashes as well as dots might be an extra clue. This was a toughie. It's question 10. Question 10's always a toughie. Never again. Roll the dice. Wee Willy Winky. I loathed this. The fact that someone's went to the trouble of using loathed. Not this isn't fun, or this is rubbish, or this sucks. I loathed this. The Commodores. Here come dots. Oh, Lisa's so close with Morse code. It is the Morse code. Here come dots and dashes. So the best performance there was from Fat Kids Win at Seesaw, who got 8 out of 10 correct. Stevie P and Zenny both got 7 correct. Barrington got 6. Error 404 got 5, as did No Chance and Mona Lee. 4 for SJH, 3 for Texas Tom. Plants got 2. Krogger Fett got 1. And that's your lot. The only reason these seemed good was because you understood it. Nobody else did. And nobody calls it the Morse. I know, but I was very pleased with myself for coming up with those, because the clue was in the words. I know it was hard, but it's meant to be hard. It's the Eliminator. Mary got it, almost. But I'm confused by the people putting in answers with a different amount of letters. Maybe not the right letters, but a different amount of letters altogether. Anagrams are kind of hit and miss. So that is the last time we will ever do anagrams. Don't worry, last time, no more anagrams ever. I remember Andrew doing anagrams on one of his streams, and the cutting comments on that one was a bit like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? Oh. Because you're right, if you know the anagram, it's easy. If you don't know it, it's impossible. So it is what it is. It is what it is. As much as I loathe the quiz, says Adam, I did enjoy the answers I came up with. I enjoyed them too. Thank you very much. Phil says, lights are going out, so good night all. Good night, Phil. I hope you get well soon. Hope you make a speedy recovery. Get your rest, definitely. Lisa says thanks after the time runs out. Yeah. You know, it is what it is. It's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun. Right. That is us. We're done. All the quizzes are over. We are now into the section of the live stream where you get to ask me questions and I sit here in silence until you do, enjoying my drink from my Aquarium Adventures merch pint glass that you can get in any of my images or whatever. I'll just sit here shamelessly shilling with me and Brian. Cheers, Brian. Cheers. Oh, we're miles behind on this one. Hang on. Mary seems like she's up for joining teams with my wife and Brian to do me over. You realise if you do kill me off, it's only my wife that gets the money. When's the new tank coming? No freaking idea. So we have reached the time when it has been built. I'm expecting within the next week. So by this time next week, if I don't have a date for you, I'll be starting to sweat a little bit and get a little bit nervous. But we've reached the time where it should have been built and water tested, and they're about to reach out to me to discuss a delivery date, which could be any time in the next 4 weeks. So, don't know. Adam has a question. How do I net cories out of a fully planted tank with lots of hides I want to put into a breeding tank? Simple. you completely destroy your tank, uproot all your plants, and chase your cories around, getting absolutely soaked, and put them into the tank you want. Easy. No, that, in all honesty, that is pretty much the answer. I can't think of a better way to do it with cories. I mean, I've had good results. They're not the cleverest of fishies, so while they are hard to get because they're bottom dwellers, and if there is a hide, they'll use it, getting in there with like two, what's the word? Material with holes in it, tightly woven. Net, there you go. Getting in there with two nets, and quite often I'll put in a third, like, big net just in the tank somewhere. So it kind of, you don't have to destroy your aquascape or anything, but just have that in there, and then just kind of shuffle them around. How big a tank are we talking here? How fully planted? As long as it's not like a 4 foot, 6 foot tank, you can usually do that to shepherd them around, and they'll try and get away from it, and they end up in the big net. That's kind of the best way I've done it, but yeah, you're going to have to take a while from it. A trap of some sort. I've never found cories to fall for traps like that, really. Just multiple nets and let them swim into it. Rainbow says, do you leave your filters on all the time? Yes, I do. I used to run my pond filter only during the day, but now I've got that running 24/7. But yeah, generally you would want to leave your filters on all the time. What gallon per hour is the pump on your Temu box filter? It is 8,000 litres per hour, and I have it running at about 75%, so we'll need to do some maths. 8,000 litres to gallons. That's about 2,000-ish US gallons per hour. And that, of course, I've got two of them, so it's splitting that into two, so each one of them's getting about 1,000 gallons per hour, something like that. Adam, with great difficulty, yeah, that's true. I was trying to avoid that, yeah. Put those sticky tabs on the front. Oh, that's a good idea. So even if you don't put them on the front, luring them out with food. So Simon's saying, put those sticky tabs in the front glass with the lights out and use a red lamp and use two nets. So I have found cories especially do like, shameless plug, I do sell some sticky tabs. And I've found that cories particularly like the tropical tabs and the sticky spirulina tabs that I sell. So if you can find something similar in your locale, you don't even have to put them on the glass, just they will congregate around them, and then go in with the 2 or 3 net method. Go, oh, I'm going to get you with a net, and they'll be like, oh, fuck's sake, swim into your net. You catch them that way. 75 gallon 4 foot tank. Yeah. I left the net in there hoping they'll get curious. I mean, that can work, but to get them all out, you're going to have to get your elbows wet. Try putting in a clear bag and chase them about with nets. They might end up in the bag. That's what I was saying with the big net. So when I was talking about nets, bear with me. These aren't actually the ones I was thinking about, but you see how the two different sizes here? So if you get one even bigger than this, just leave it in the tank somewhere, and then use smaller ones like this size to kind of chase them around. And eventually they'll go in here, because what I have found is once they go into this one, they don't get back out again. They're a bit like, oh, I guess I live here now. Oh, what's happening? Graham, your wife planning to hire me to take care of Brian and help out in a fish room. The kids are still doomed to life of filter. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Do you leave your lights on all the time or on timers? I do not leave my lights on all the time. Most of them, all of them are on timers, yeah. This one's only on at this time on a Friday, just for your benefit, so you can see Brian. He's normally asleep at this time of day. Generally, I will have my lights on in here when I'm here. So there's no windows in here, so there's no natural light. The only light is controlled by me, and I will have the majority of them come on between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. in the morning. They go off about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night. Something along those lines. You leave your lights on all the time, you're just asking for algae issues. I'm loving this. Any more fish questions? Normally I'm ranting about work at this point on a Friday night. I am feeling a little bit depressed, I must be honest. I've been off this week. I've been on holiday, been doing various jobs around the house and stuff like that, but you know that Sunday night feeling when you have to go back to work on Monday and you're like, oh, Sunday night, oh, I've got work tomorrow. I'm having that feeling already, and it's only Friday that I have to go back to work on Monday. I'm like, oh, God, why can't I win the lottery? Just quickly check I haven't actually won the lottery. I've not won the lottery. Ooh. I mean, is it too much to ask? I just want one lottery win. So I don't have to go and do my stupid, rubbish job anymore. I mean, what have we got? Let me see. We've usually scared off enough people by now with my quiz extravaganzas. Yeah, we've only got 30 people here now. If all 30 of you could spend the weekend watching all of my videos on repeat, like stick on one of my long playlists, you go to bed, get me lots of views and interactions. So as I get to my 100,000 goal quicker with lots of extra views, extra revenue, I can give up my shitty job and never go back to it again. That'd be lovely. Oh, another fishy question. I love this. Right. 10-gallon tank. I've sold the fish. 100% water change. How long will the cycle last without anything in it? Without anything in it at all. Not that long. Like a week, something like that. I don't know. I'm guessing. I haven't done any scientific experiments with this one, but in general, if you want to keep a tank going that has been established but doesn't have any livestock in it anymore, things like continuing to feed the tank will keep it going to a degree, and it won't keep the tank at the same level it was. So, for instance, let's say you had a 10-gallon tank and you had 10 cories in it. You take the cories out, the beneficial bacteria that live in your filter media is going to start to drop off. Oh, look at Brian. It's like, I don't know if I believe you. I'm just checking you're saying the right thing. How about focusing on me, the host of the channel? There we go. Your beneficial bacteria is going to start to drop off at some kind of angle. If you continue to feed the tank as much as you fed it when the fish were in it, and maybe even a little bit more, that will slow that rate of descent. So it will still drop off because it takes a while for the food to break down into the... You're feeding it to give something to the bacteria to break down. It takes a while for the food to turn into the kind of thing the bacteria can start to use. So some people in the olden days, you would use chucking in a whole bunch of flake food, chuck in a shrimp or a prawn or whatever, and that would keep that going for a little bit longer. So it won't keep it going indefinitely, but it will definitely change it from that to that. So it depends what you're trying to get out of it. If it's something that you know, I need to keep it going for 3 weeks because I'm going to get fish in it by that point, that will definitely work. If it's, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but a year later I might put fish in there, less useful. Brian was laughing at you in those tiny fish nets. I know. I have to use a proper fish net for Brian in the lake. I keep mine empty for a week before I add new fish in. Yeah, that a week's kind of a week will be fine. Sponge filter, how often to clean it? I only have 2 small fish. How often should you clean your sponge filter? Now, there's a question. I would go with something that has no relation to what kind of fish you have in there. So with sponge filters, they're really quite easy to clean. All you have to do is take it out, put it in a bucket of water, squeeze, 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 put it back. So for my I maintain a spreadsheet. I'm trying to develop an app at the moment to replace the spreadsheet. But I maintain a spreadsheet that says tank X. These are the foods that I feed it. These are the light cycle timings. These are the filter maintenance jobs that I do. So I can see, like Mega Tank 2, I cleaned out the FX6 today or yesterday. I mark it in my spreadsheet and it automatically says, right, 3 months later, do that again. So I get a little reminder to say, do that again. So it doesn't matter how many fish are in there. It's just about getting into a habit so as you always know you're on top of it. So with sponge filters, if you've only got 1 tank, just pick something. I don't know that 3 weeks and 4 days is the prime time, but if you just say once a month, I'm going to give this sponge filter a squeeze, do that forever, and that's fine. It might not be the most optimal thing to do, but even do that every 2 months. It's probably also fine. Do it every 3 months. Probably also fine. The more you do it, the better, obviously, because that keeps it tip top. But I think if you've only got a few fish, yeah, once every couple of months, you're kind of fine. I need to keep it going until I catch all the freaking cories. Well, they will still be keeping it going. An established tank, if you remove fish, some of your beneficial bacteria in your filter media will start to die off, but only to the level that your remaining fish are keeping it going. So it'll be fine. My betta fish died this week. I was going to leave it till I got some parasite treatment before restocking it. Well, if you think it was parasites that got it, that's not a bad idea. If you're not sure, leaving it dry for a period of time is probably the best thing to do. Do I use water from my tank, what, to cycle to clean your filters? Yes, definitely. So the thing here is, if you use tap water, for instance, to clean your sponge filter, your tap water has chlorine in it and it kills off some of the beneficial bacteria. I'm not going to say I disagree with that, but it's probably fine. I should never say this live because it's like kind of fish keeping 101. Always use tank water to clean your aquarium. So the reason we say use tank water to clean your aquarium is because we know tank water doesn't have any nasty chemicals in it that'll kill off your bacteria. So that is the safest way to do it, and it will absolutely be fine. I have on occasion cleaned sponges with straight tap water, and it has also been fine. But that doesn't mean it'll be fine for you. That's all I'm saying. So yes, that's why you use water from your tank to clean it, is because that's the safest way to do it. Would I be better off just breaking it down, have a few full-grown crypts in it? I mean, that is the safest way, is to break it down completely. But if you have plants in there and you're happy with them, yeah, a dose of something like some of the Escher treatments for parasites, I think, are really good and plant safe. So have a look into it. Escher 2000, is it? Or is it one of the other ones? Escher, I'll have a look and see if I can remember which one it is, and we'll post it in Discord for you. But if you want to keep your plants and you've got nice, good, full growth on those plants, yeah, definitely keep it going a bit. I work more mentally now, retired, making sure kids, their mum at work, That's a lot of symbols in there. It's making my eyes go a little bit funny. Making sure kids pre-K / their mum at work 1.5 hours in traffic, back home, clean, grab kids, school, home, snack, tank care, undo well, so you're kind of saying you work more in retirement than you did when you were actually at work. I'd love that. I'd love that to be my problem. At the moment, my problem is really quite well-paid professionals being thick as two short planks and expecting me to spoon feed their job to them. And it's like, yeah. I don't know what to do because you haven't told me exactly what to do. How much money you get paid a year? You can't figure out your entire reason for existence. You can't figure out what you need to do, and you need me to tell you what to do when you're meant to be the subject. I would love for my biggest problems to be too busy and having to run around after my grandkids. Oh, that's the dream, Mary. That's a dream. I'd love that. Oh God, we're miles behind. Sorry, I've gone all way. 90 litres. How many fish can I add in with the 2 I have? Thank you. Again, the answer here could be 1. It could be 50. It depends on the fish. So I'm not a big fan. If you watch some of the videos, I'm not a big fan of rules for fish keeping. So you'll hear things talked about like the 1 inch per gallon. It's all bollocks. Because if you had a 10-inch Oscar, you wouldn't put it in a 10-inch, 10-gallon tank. So 90 litres is a decent size. So depending on the fish, quite a few. So if it was like really small tetras, guppies, yeah, it depends on the fish. I'm really sorry to give you that shitty answer of it depends on the fish. I would say join my Discord server. There's lots of knowledgeable people out there that will help you work out exactly this kind of thing where you can figure out your ideal stocking densities. But it really does what the fish are, what they're compatible with, what your filtration is, what your water change routines are. All these things make a difference as to what the answer to that question is. Craig says he's picking up some discus on Sunday. New discus keeper, that's what we want. That's what we like to see. Please wish me luck. Good luck. It's a fantastic fish. Where are you getting them from? Because that will form my next sentence as to how to look after them. With chlorine, it's all about exposure time. Yeah, I mean, that's why I hesitated to say that, because I don't think that's the kind of thing you can tell people. As you'll probably be fine with tap water, because that to one person will be a quick wringing it out, done, get it out, and to other people it'll be I'll leave it in there for a couple of hours, and they are very different things. So like when I did my filter clean today for my FX6, I essentially got a jet washer out and jet washed the sponges to get all the gunk out of them, and that took all of half a second, and then put them back in, and all was good. And again, it's not the only filter running on that tank, so even if I do kill off a little bit of the beneficial bacteria, I have other filters in there that are going to pick up the slack until it catches up, and it will catch up fairly quickly. I did treat it with Esha 2000 and Esha Exit. That's probably the one I was thinking of. She recovered a bit and was eating again, but not fully, and I found her dead one morning. I mean, it's tough especially with bettas, because they're so mass-produced. They can be prone to illness, and they can be a little bit less resilient to things than other fish. So if you've treated the tank already, I would be fine to just give it another go whenever you're ready, basically. I always clean them in tap water for convenience. Me too, probably. That's why I was a bit like, ugh. I probably shouldn't say this because all the advice is never cleaning your filters in tap water. Whoa, you crazy bastard. What are you thinking about? But I kind of always do it. I mean, I don't have that much chlorine in my water anyway. If I was living in central London or something like that, then it'd be a different answer. But yeah, for the longest time now, I've not bothered. I mean, if I have a bucket of tank water handy, I'll use it. But sometimes it's easier just to get the power hose on it and give it a shh. Done. Not sitting there milking a sponge for half an hour in tank water and just, oh, what a lovely smell. Oh, this is my favourite thing in the world. No. Sometimes it's just about making things easy. I always dechlorinate, as who knows with water companies and what else they've added. Unless it's more of a filter I use for clearer water. I forget the name. I forget the name too. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I'm happy to accept criticism for that because, yeah, it is wrong. I shouldn't be using tap water to clean my filter sponges. But in the majority of the tanks that I do that on, there is another filter on the tank. So even if I do crash it a little bit, there's something there to pick up the slack. So this is one of those don't do as I say, not as I do things. So always clean your filters in tank water. But I do it in tap water. Graham says I always use tap water as well. Adam's another tap water user. I've used tap water, but boil it first. I mean, you don't even need to do that. Just leave it sit. If you really want to do that, just leave it sitting out for a bit. It'll be fine. Wow, we've done quite a way here. Where would we got to? RT Discus. Oh, right. No, they are a really good, reputable supplier. So I was going to give you my how to take care of your new discus, but do whatever he says. Is it Tony? Is it Rick and Tony? Rob and Tony? I can't remember what RT stands for. But yeah, no, they've been in it a long time. They'll do good. Follow their orders. My number one discus tip is if you have a reputable supplier, and you do, using RT Discus, do what they say. So these guys have been around for a long time. They know what they're talking about. They know how their discus that they supply react to different situations. Do what they say. Oh, Tony and Drum Chapel. Yeah, I can't remember what the R stands for. Graham, I don't get paid for this though. I can't, it's family, but I still have all kinds of alarms going off, and I hate sitting in gridlock traffic for an hour. I mean, I get you, yeah. It's tough, isn't it? Because it's when it's family, there's a little bit of a temptation to be taken for granted, maybe, or yeah, just be overused where you want to be relaxing and chilling out, and it's no, Mum, go and collect my kids half an hour away, or take them here and there and the other. But in my situation, I would love that to be my problem. Possibly because I'd tell them to sod off and do it themselves, because that's what I had to do. I have done this thing where both me and my wife have moved, not equal distances. I've moved 250 miles away from my family. She's moved 150 miles away from her family. So we just didn't have that option. So when we were having our kids, I've talked about this before, but I almost called my daughter Mercedes because that's how much she cost. I could have had a brand new Mercedes rather than a third child. At one point, we were spending like 40, 50 grand a year in childcare. And I was like, I cannot believe this. How is this happening? And then it's because I realised everyone else was using their mum or dad. and splitting it between the parents, because if you don't move far away, you have that family network. Everyone can pitch in and help out. Which we just didn't have that as an option because our parents all lived miles and miles away. So yeah, we had to pay through the nose for childcare if we wanted to keep working and keep our jobs. God, it was close at some points from just going under. It's so expensive. So, number one life tip: if you want to start a family, live near your parents or in-laws and take advantage of them. They will resent you for it, but it'll save you a shit ton of money. I've also used the hose pipe when I had goldfish. They were in a pond first. Fair play, brilliant advice. Oh, I mean, I've never been told I give brilliant advice before. Non-lethal advice, that's what I'm going for. With a seasoned tank, it really doesn't matter. Yeah. Again, because I'm saying this on the internet with caution, it can matter, but it shouldn't matter. The biggest danger areas are new tanks and cleaning the only filter on a tank and cleaning too thoroughly. The rest of it, I'm not advocating being slapdash or anything like that, but you should be able to be a little less cautious. Cold water fish, what temperature on tank? Mine keeps going at 25. Is that okay? 25 is not cold water. That is temperate to bordering on tropical. So yes, that will be fine for cold water fish, unless your cold water fish is truly cold water and don't like the higher heats. People talk about goldfish being cold water fish quite a lot, but they're not. They're just a fish that is tolerant of cold water. They don't require cold water, whereas some other fish, like immediately can't think of any examples. Hellstream loaches, some of them, they don't suffer when it's warmer temperatures, but they're not used to the warmer temperatures, and that can have a negative effect on them. They can become sick easier. They can pick up diseases. They can pick up if it's too hot for them. They don't process oxygen well. They don't process their food well. That kind of thing. So there are fish that live in that must be cold water temperature, but goldfish and things like that, they're happy in cold water. They're happy in temperate water. They're happy in warm water. In fact, goldfish are really... I have a tank full of just goldfish in my hall at the moment. I think they really enjoy fluctuating not fluctuating, what's the word? Fish like snakeheads and things like that. There's a word for it, where it's cold for a season and then it's warm and then it's a bit of both and then it goes back to cold again. Whatever that. I think goldfish fall into that category where they actually they get more robust and they get better growth if they go through seasonal changes. Seasonal? Is that the word I was looking for? Whatever. Where they have a winter where they get to slow down a little bit because it's a bit colder, and then they have a spring and a summer and they power feed in the summer and then they slow down a bit, rather than just being kept at a constant 25 degrees all year round. They'll be fine with it, but they excel with a little bit of seasonal variation. I'm going to go with that. Hands. I do all my water changes with straight tap water. Never had an issue, and I always clean my filters with tap. There's no chlorine or chloramine added here in the north of Sweden. So why wouldn't you? Exactly, yeah. There's a really good discus supplier here in the UK called Chen's Discus. And discus, you'd think, oh, they're one of the most delicate fish around. They're so finicky. Oh, you look at them wrong, they'll die. He keeps all his discus in straight tap water. None of this dechlorinator business. None of this HMA filter business. He's just like, nope. And he used to live in London. He's just outside London now. But like London hard, crappy water. Like, nope, they're fine. And they did really well. Children are so expensive. Pets are much nicer. Children are so expensive. So expensive. You're not wrong, yes. How do I get it cooler? I mean, I've forgotten what fish you keep already, so I apologise for that. But if you want to get it cooler, running air over the top of a tank gives be a nice cheap way to do that. Encourages evaporation and things like that, and it'll cool your tank down. But wait until winter is another way. It's kind of fine for them to be at 25 degrees. If it's 25 degrees outside, 25 degrees. It'll get cooler later. I think goldfish do better with seasonal variation. That's the word I was going for. Same for weather loaches. That's what I was thinking of as the ones that prefer it cooler. Rainbow shiners hate warm water. Yeah, so there are lots of fish that hate warm water, and we often talk about it in terms of, they don't like that. It's not that they don't like it. They're probably fine with it, but their bodies and their metabolisms aren't evolved for the warm water. So they might not show necessarily immediate signs of stress or anything like that, but they're not processing their food properly. They're just dropping off in terms of healthiness. We're shortening their lives when they do that. I raised my birth children, adopted grandchildren, and raised adopted daughter, granddaughter back home with my 2 great-grandchildren. Oh, God, that's a lot to get through. Well done. I've got tetras now, no goldfish yet. Rose gold tetras. So they'll be fine with 25 degrees and they'll be quite happy with that. So that'll be fine. There aren't many, if any, truly cold water fish in the hobby. I mean, a lot of the cold water fish are saltwater fish. Most are temperate. It's that they can handle the colder water rather than need to be kept in the colder water. Lisa's only got neons. I kept them at 22 for a while. They're at 25 now. I mean, 22 is at the bottom end for neons, I would say. In fact, it's probably a little bit below the bottom end for neons. But they'll be fine at it as long as it's not long term. Right, we've made it until 23:13. Way over time. If you hold your hand out straight, he swims over and looks like you're holding him. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Ow. How do you sex giant Grammys? I mean, we've been calling him Brian for a long time, but I'm not sure. Maybe a Brianina. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. We've gone a bit over time. My bladder's held up quite well, I think, but I'm gonna can it there. We'll save up the after party until next week, I think. I'm going to wish you all a happy weekend and the most fantastic of times. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. Nuchal hump, really. Didn't know they got nuchal humps. I mean, he's got a little bit of a hump. I wouldn't call that a nuchal hump. Anyway, I said good night. Good night. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. Come and watch all my videos. See you at 100k. Bye.